Hey everyone, Meteorologist Emery here in the Fox 19 First Alert Streaming Center for our Saturday edition of our 10:15 morning weather show. Weekend morning weather show, that is. And we're going to do this every single Saturday and Sunday morning at 10:15, though I was a little bit late here this morning. My apologies for that because I had some trouble logging in. But we're good now. Everything's good, and so is the First Alert forecast. We're going to dive into all of that coming up. But first, let me know. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook with the Fox 19 Facebook page, as well as my Facebook page, Emery WX. Let's have a little conversation here on this Saturday morning. Hopefully you are enjoying the dry conditions we have now after those light rain showers we had every night. Now, it wasn't very much moisture. In fact, I was looking at all the different rain gauges throughout the Fox 19 now viewing area, southeast Indiana, northern Kentucky, southwest Ohio, and south central Ohio, and not much of anything. Maybe about a 5/100th of an inch of rain. Less than a 1/10 of an inch for anybody here in the region. So, wasn't a lot of moisture. That being said, we did have a little bit of mud mixed in with it. Now, why is that? Well, the graphic, I didn't get a chance to update it, but what it was we had a little bit of a lot of dust coming up from Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma area, and that dust was kind of picked up above the clouds, and it was suspended through the clouds and with this little wave of energy as it moved in from the west to the east. As it moved in our direction, once it started to precipitate, so whenever the raindrops were falling from the cloud, it kind of brought with that those dust particles and allowed for that muddy mess that you probably see on your vehicles here this morning. So, that being said, if you had your car not in the garage or not covered, you're probably going to need to get the car wash. And the good news is the forecast is actually pretty cooperative in this regard because we're looking at a lot of sunshine and warm conditions. Temperatures mainly above freezing. Now tonight's the exception. We do see temperatures below freezing, but I'll tell you what, it's the only morning I believe where we are below freezing the next 2 weeks. So that's pretty nice, right? So let's go ahead and dive into our First Alert forecast. So take a look right now at our 4-camera scene. This is going to give us the Newport Levee, Tower Camera, Turfway Park, and Mount Auburn. All beautiful views here on this mid-morning here. Looking at partly cloudy skies. Some of the horses out there kind of wrapping things up, it looks like, over at Turfway. Looking at a mix of sun and clouds. I'll tell you what, the Newport Levee camera looks gorgeous. Downright gorgeous with that sunshine there. And then also Tower Camera, you can see some of those clouds, a bit of a haze there in the distance. And then Mount Auburn, partly cloudy skies looking over towards Walnut Hills here on this Saturday at 10:20. Looking right now at radar coming up here momentarily. And as you can see, the clouds are going to continue to move off to the south and east as we head into this midday and this afternoon. So once that loads, so you can see some of those clouds. And tell you what, that's a nice cool view there with the kind of the streaks in the clouds there. I believe that is gravity waves, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, we're going to talk about the fact that things are going to be clearing out this afternoon. We got high pressure all the way off towards Iowa, Nebraska. There's an area of high pressure right here. So what it's going to do is it's going to kind of slide itself in to the Ohio Valley as we head on into this weekend, into early next week. And as it does that, it's going to kind of pull in some warmer weather. So you'll see that here on a model coming up here shortly. So right now, temperatures in the mid-30s. And notice all this teal here in Kentucky. That's because of the cloud cover. We had that cloud cover last night. That's why temperatures didn't fall down quite as low as folks to our north and northwest because of that cloud cover. Otherwise, we would have been falling down into the 20s. But right now, it's 37 here in Cincinnati, 27 up in Detroit, 33 in Pittsburgh, 50 down into Nashville. That warmer weather, yes, is on its way as we head on into next week. But in the meantime, though, right now temperatures are anywhere from the mid-30s, 34 over towards Batesville, Indiana, 34 also in Richmond, 35 in Batavia, 37 in Falmouth and at CVG, also over towards Lebanon and Wilmington, upper 30s in Middletown, with the warmest spot right now, Lunken Airport at 40. And the winds, they are manageable. There we go. 5 to 10 miles per hour. And the wind gusts maybe at 20. And that's what we talked about this morning. If you watched us from 7 to 10 with Caroline Gerhardt and I, that's about it for today. Wind gusts maybe at 20. I'm not talking about a really gusty day like we've had the last several days, so it seems. But we go into this afternoon, and I'll tell you what, the clouds will be moving out of here. Got a lot of sunshine in store. And today is going to be the coolest day of the foreseeable future. Yes, I'm going to use that term because we are going to be looking at temperatures at or above average over the next 2 weeks. But today, sunshine, afternoon, evening, 46 degrees. And I might have my windows open for a little bit. I know it's cold still to do that, but I might do it just for some fresh air for my apartment. I'm itching for spring already. Tell you what. But here we go. This is a travel forecast for today. Could be some shower chances over towards Pittsburgh. Right now, looking at today's high at 37 there. 48 down in Charleston, West Virginia. Got some rain activity there. And then low 40s towards Columbus, Ohio. Partly cloudy there. Indianapolis, 48 in sunshine. Lexington, 50 in sunshine. 55 at St. Louis and sunny. Chicago, 50 and partly cloudy. And looking ahead in our first alert forecast model here, there's really no point in showing it. I didn't even show it this morning on the air because there's just not much to show. You'll see here. Just those clouds eroding away. We go into tonight, skies clear out, keeping things sunny on Sunday, throughout the day, clear on Sunday night, clear on Monday, clear Monday night. See? I don't want to bore you with this first alert forecast. And there's nothing to be bored about with this forecast because if you like warm conditions, we've got that for you. It's 10:25. This would be 10 minutes in, but I started a little bit late. But what I'm going to do now is just give you the 7-day forecast, and we'll give you the 14-day as well. And then we'll kind of dive into more of the sciencey stuff if you're curious. Or we can talk about some of the events that are going on here in the Tri-State. We got Bachfest today and tomorrow. I think the International Wine Festival is still today. FC Cincinnati, of course, today, this evening at 7:30 against Toronto. Daylight saving time begins tomorrow morning. Not thrilled about that. We're going to lose an hour of sleep. But, I mean, hey, this is really, really nice. Temperatures there in the 70s by Tuesday. So today's high is 47. Tomorrow morning, got a low of 30. Again, that's the coldest morning. It's below freezing for the next 7 days. Sunday, 58 degrees. We spring forward as daylight saving time begins. Monday morning, waking up with temperatures in the mid-30s. Could be some frost. In fact, I'm almost pretty much certain at this point we're going to have some frost tomorrow morning and Monday morning. 65 on Monday and sunny. Tuesday, 70 and sunny. Wednesday, partly cloudy and 72. Shower activity possible on Thursday, though I do believe Thursday is going to be mainly dry. So if you got plans on Thursday, I'd say keep them. There's only a small chance. But temperature's still quite warm in the low 70s. Friday, 74, partly cloudy and breezy. And those breezy winds are ahead of a system that could bring some impactful weather here across the Appalachian, Ohio Valley, Great Lakes regions. And we'll break down that 14-day forecast and kind of look at the model data for that coming up here in just a moment. But let's take a look at some of those Facebook comments and questions before we go any further. Mary Lou says, thank you for your weather report. Absolutely. Appreciate you joining us here on our 10:15 weekend weather morning show. Take a look at my Facebook page real quick to see if anyone's chimed in there. Got a comment. Darla says, good morning, Ethan. Hope you're having a great morning and weekend. Do you think we're finished with snow, or could we still get some? That's a good question. I'll say the next 2 weeks does not look likely for snow. In fact, the temperatures look pretty warm for it to just be rain. Now, yeah, I think, I don't want to word this. I can't say 0% chance right now. I living in this area long enough, there's always that chance until April. Once mid-April rolls around, then I'll be a little bit more confident. But right now, I think the odds of snow are very low. I'll tell you that much. In fact, in the 14-day, you're going to see things are looking to stay pretty warm. Now, morning lows could be in the low 30s at times, but in terms of accumulating snow, yeah, that does not look great, chance-wise there. Russell says, good morning. Hey, good morning to you. All right, and thank you for joining us, by the way, Russ and Darla, and chiming in on Facebook. So this is the 7-day forecast. Again, looking pretty dry, the exception, of course, being Thursday's chance. We go into the next 14 days, though, and you're going to see things staying pretty warm. And so what we've got here is Saturday, March 15th. Temperature still looking pretty warm at 69. But I'm pretty confident we're going to see some thunderstorms here across the region. And there are signals that there could be a couple of stronger storms in the region. Now, that far out, a lot can and will change. But that system, it's a pretty strong, potent system, and it's looking very likely to bring in a lot of heavy rain for folks towards eastern Kentucky, West Virginia, eastern Ohio, even into eastern Tennessee. Could even see some heavy rain from this system. But for us, it looks like it's going to bring in some thunderstorms and the potential for some heavy rain too. So we're going to keep an eye on pretty much the night of March 14th, March 15th, going into even into March 16th, although those chances are a lot more meager in comparison to next Saturday. So we'll keep an eye on that. Then the following week, Monday, of course, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, high of 52. So temperatures get a little bit hampered from that, but do note the morning lows not really affected. Still in the mid-30s, though. And again, I don't see any snow with this. This looks like the rain is going to be ending sometime Sunday, and then that drier air works in. That's why it's a little bit cooler. But then we go into March 18th, March 19th, the final days of winter, warming up into the low 60s on the 19th. Then March 20th, that's the first day of spring, high of 57. And then by the 21st, there are some uncertainties in lying with which air mass we're going to fall into, but confidence still looks to be pretty high that we're going to be dealing with warmer conditions. So near normal temperatures, highs in the mid-50s. So again, we're going to keep an eye on next weekend with some potential for some active weather. But otherwise, the main story here is things are looking pretty warm. So the chances of snow are pretty much non-existent the next 2 weeks. Going into the end of March, early April, things still look to be above average with temperatures. So I think the days of snow are very numbered, very limited at this point. But we can't quite rule it out yet. All right. Let's look at our long-range forecast model, and we'll just kind of talk about that next weekend forecast here coming up. Russell asking how much rain are we looking at for the month. Are you asking how much we've seen so far, or are you asking how much we could get? Because this is what we're about ready to dive into, that next Saturday we could be looking at some moderate rain, moderate to heavy rain here into the region. Although that far out, the numbers can change drastically. So I'm going to reserve showing numbers for that system with regards to rainfall, but has that potential to bring in some heavy rain. So here's the system that moved through last night. It brought us that mud rain or dust rain or dirt rain, whatever phrase you want to call it. But it's now off towards Appalachia, towards central West Virginia, western North Carolina, into far eastern Kentucky. Not an issue for us here at this point. So we go into tonight into tomorrow. Still some cloud cover down towards, maybe you're going towards Lexington, Louisville. Maybe you're going over towards eastern Kentucky. A lot of cloud cover there for tonight into our Sunday morning. Oh, excuse me. But by Sunday afternoon, sorry, didn't mean to yawn. All morning I was holding it, but that yawn escaped me. So Sunday, a lot of sunshine. That's kind of the thing we've got here. We go into Monday, pretty quiet, sunny. We go to Tuesday, maybe some cloud cover into the afternoon and evening with some daytime heating. Wednesday, kind of the same thing. Wednesday, looking at some sunshine, but we are looking at clouds developing during the day. And then Wednesday night to Thursday, this system, again, I'm not really confident with this really impacting us by any regard, but there's going to be this wave of energy right through here. Not going to do a whole lot, but it does have the chance to bring in a sprinkle, a light shower. When it's this light shade of green, that means it's next to nothing. But it does get close enough to where we do have that opportunity to see some slight chances of rain by then. We go into Friday. Friday is dry next week, March 14th, during the day. But then Friday night into Saturday, this system begins to move in. And the low pressure, mind you, is all the way out here. Pretty robust system. And with that, the air ahead of it is going to get a little more compressed. So we're going to get some good winds coming in Friday into Saturday. So we're looking at some gusty winds out of the south and west. So we've got here. Let's have some fun. I don't get to have fun very much anymore. So let's go and try to have some fun. So, okay, we're good. So what we've got here is we've got this breezy surge of southwest air from the Gulf of Mexico. It's bringing with it a lot of moisture moving in. And we've got this system, pretty strong area of low pressure right here. And the low pressure spins like a backwards clock. Spins around like that. And so we've got some storm energy here. And the motion of this is this way. And why am I showing you all these arrows for? Well, the reason is because you want to have some good storm energy. You got to have some upper level rotation. Not something, we're not talking about tornadoes, that far out, they're not even really thing you can detect really well. But what we've got here is the potential for some rotation. So that's going to allow for the storms to have some energy above the surface. So that is going to be something we monitor, not for the risk of tornadoes per se. That's what I'm not discussing. In fact, that's not even on the table right now. It's just gusty winds and good thunderstorm energy. And this is a good ingredient for thunderstorm energy. That's why I showed you all those arrows. If you wanted that little weather lesson. Again, I try to have a little bit of fun, a little education, a little bit of explanations in case if you're curious. If not, the main focus is that Saturday we could have some thunderstorms. And that's what this was all about. But this will bring in some cooler conditions going into the latter half of next week and into our St. Patrick's Day, which does appear to be the coolest day of the 14-day forecast for the following week. Now, of course, today is the coolest day over the next 2 weeks. Oops, wrong picture. Okay, we're good now. All right. Any new comments or questions after a little drawing experiment? Nope. All right. Darla says, with these warmer days, I'll be opening my windows. Thank you, Ethan, for keeping us informed. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll tell you that Monday all the way through Thursday, I'd say during the day, have your windows open. Get that fresh air in. It's going to feel really, really nice. For certain. So there's the system moving in Saturday. Again, the chances for thunderstorms are present. And we'll need to monitor this not just for the thunderstorm aspect of gusty winds and lightning, but also heavy rain. Do note all this dark shade of green and yellow indicating that heavy rain. So though we don't have much rain in the next week, roughly, This system will change that and bring in some moisture with it. And I did mention eastern Tennessee, eastern Kentucky, eastern Ohio, West Virginia. This is Saturday late night into Sunday. So there are concerns for flooding in these particular region through here. Eastern Ohio, West Virginia, eastern Kentucky and Tennessee, western North Carolina, western Virginia. Those areas with this system, flooding will be an issue because a lot of rain already as it is coming down, but you got to think this is very mountainous terrain with Appalachia through there. So that rain's hitting the top of the mountains and the hills and also the hollows or the hollers, if you will. I grew up not even knowing what hollow was until I was in middle school. Referred to it as holler. Anyway, with it being a mountainous terrain, the rain obviously is hitting all of that, but with mountains, it has to go down. So it basically kind of funnels into the valleys, and that's where the flooding in lies. So something we'll be monitoring, of course. That's almost a week out. We're telling you this now. If you got friends or family down that way, they need to keep a close eye on the first alert forecast. They need to also keep in mind, too, that flooding is a big risk with this system. March 15th, March 16th. We go into the 16th, Sunday. A few lingering showers in the morning. Sunday afternoon, the rain moves out. But look at that. I know Darla asked about snow. Or was it Darla? Yes, it was Darla. Asking about snow. Let's take a look at this. This is St. Patrick's Day. This system here, it's trying. It's really close. But it's not going to get here. Drier conditions kind of prevail pretty quickly March 17th. And we're going to keep things dry going into at least the 19th of March. By the 20th, chances of rain do begin to move in. So we'll show one more time the 7-day and the 14-day, and then we'll take a look at one more round of questions or comments, and then we'll wrap things up. So the 7-day forecast, again, today is the coolest day of the next 2 weeks, 47 degrees. Clouds decrease. We go into tomorrow. Again, we spring forward. Daylight saving time begins. We've got a high of 58. Sunny skies. Monday, sunny, 65. Tuesday, 70. Wednesday, 72. Thursday, if you got plans outside, keep them. I'm not really concerned with the rain, but there are going to be some chances for a sprinkle or a light shower. That system looks more and more weak as we get closer. But, again, something we'll monitor and, of course, keep you posted on. But right now, if you got plans Thursday to be outside, don't cancel them just yet. Keep them. But, again, it's only a slight chance. We go into Friday, though. Friday, it'll be nice and warm, but keep in mind, it's going to be breezy. Winds are going to begin to pick up ahead of that system that moves in next weekend, which, of course, you'll see here on our 14-day forecast. So Saturday the 15th, showers and thunderstorms, a high of 69. Sunday, March 16th, 59 and some shower activity. Monday for St. Patrick's Day, 52. March 18th, 58. And then going into the 19th and the 20th, which of course is the first day of spring, looking at some rain chances. Nothing significant from that system, but we have it there nonetheless with temperatures at or just above average. Again, that is the 14-day forecast there for you. Got a couple events coming up here. So first of all, we've got Bachfest. Can't forget about that. Today's high is 47. Tomorrow, again, 58. A lot of sunshine. But hey, maybe you're going out this evening for the FC Cincinnati match over at TQL against Toronto FC, or the Reds, if you will. We're the Reds, Cincinnati Reds, of course. But just a little fun fact for you if you're curious. Tailgating for that, mid-40s. Kickoff at 7:30, 42, mostly clear. And by halftime, 38. So if you're not moving around, jumping around, might want to layer up a little bit extra with those temperatures, again, falling into the 30s. Maybe you're ready for spring. Maybe you're ready for baseball. Well, got you covered for that because this is a little bit of a reminder. 19 days away until Reds opening day. Opening day parade is going to be great. Can't wait for it. Hopefully the weather's cooperative and at or warmer than what we've got today. That's for sure. And maybe you got folks out towards Goodyear, Arizona for spring training. They're playing the D-backs this afternoon. It's 1 o'clock Mountain Time, but for us, 3:05. And there it is 69 degrees and sunny. That might be a little bit chilly for them, but hey, for us, we've got warmer days than that in the 7-day forecast. Of course, again, that's going to wrap things up here for our 10:15 weather show. If you are watching this and thinking, whoa, you haven't done this in a while. Yeah. Meteorologist Jeff Creighton, really thankful that he helped us out. Had a lot of obligations he had to take care of, and he came out of retirement to help us through a lot of schedule and movement, if you will. But this show kind of got put on pause for a little bit. But now we're resuming it. You're going to see this every Saturday and Sunday morning at 10:15 in the morning. So hopefully you get to join us. Hopefully tell your friends and family. I used to do 19 at 6, but now that has been passed along to meteorologist Aaron Ashley, who's now fulfilling my old schedule of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, doing weather producing, things like that, and then on weekends, the evening shows. And now I've been delegated to do the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday mornings for right now, and then the weekend mornings of Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., and we've got you covered here on this weekend weather show. Final words, comments, questions? Joy says, any more cold fronts, 30-day outlook. Whoa. I try to think of myself as a decent meteorologist. 30 days out, there's pretty much just, let me see what you can do here. The seasonal outlook, and I believe, so this might be a little bit outdated. Let me see what comes up. This is, I believe, April, May, June. This is 90-day outlook if you're curious. But let's see what we can do here real quick. Gotta work my magic here real quick. Since you asked, I'll be happy to oblige. Not sure that's going to show anything or not. I was afraid that was going to work. Well, the 30-day outlook is not working. But if you saw the 90-day temperature still to be above average. We do have the next 3 to 4 weeks, though. How about that? This was issued yesterday. So I just showed you the 14-day. Temperature still look to be above normal, 50s and 60s. This is the next 3 to 4 weeks. So this is going to take us all the way out to beginning of April. Looking at still pretty warm conditions and wet conditions. So if you're curious about snow, the odds are looking slimmer and slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. I'm somebody who, I've lived here long enough to know you can't count out 100%. But the chances are looking pretty high that we're almost done with snow. Okay. Oh, apologies, John. I briefly looked at that. That's why I wear the glasses. But I still didn't help me. Appreciate it, John. David says, thinking it's getting the grill ready time by the sound of next week's forecast. Yeah, I'd say get it out tomorrow. Today, a little chilly, not bad. Take the day to kind of relax, unwind a little bit from the work week. And then tomorrow, open the windows, start doing some of the stuff you want to get prepped for the 70s showing up next week. Looking pretty good. That's for sure. All right, looking at my Facebook page one more time before we conclude this episode. No comments there. Okay. So, again, we're going to be doing this every Saturday and Sunday morning at 10:15. You don't want to miss it. Again, I'm more than happy to answer questions or comments you may have going into the sciencey stuff. Again, if you watched from the very beginning, I did a little arrow drawing and stuff like that. And then, of course, breaking down some of those details of what's to come. Again, we're going to keep an eye on Saturday with that system. That could bring in some thunderstorms here in the region. But aside from that, the forecast ahead next 7 days is looking pretty dry, pretty warm as well. So hopefully you're able to enjoy it in some form or manner. You got Bachfest today and tomorrow. You got FC Cincinnati tonight. And you got a lot of things coming up. So there's that. I'll tell you what, though, I will be tired tomorrow. So I'm going to try my best to bring in some coffee because daylight saving time begins. Don't forget about that. In fact, let me go ahead and pull that up here. So we're going to spring forward. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 7:56. So we'll all get to watch the sunrise together tomorrow morning on Fox 19. The sunset, 7:40 tomorrow evening, which that's not going to be great for me because I need to go to bed at like 9 to come in here on Monday morning. I feel like I'm getting older. I go to bed earlier. But hey, you know what? It'd be good to go on an evening run or evening walk tomorrow with it being that late. Tonight, though, the sunset's 6:39. Keep that in mind. Okay, so we're going to cut things off here. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Saturday edition of our 10:15 weekend weather show. Again, appreciate all of you who join us here, and we're going to continue to do this every single weekend, available wherever you stream, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Roku, Hulu, the 24/7 weather streaming channel, fox19.com, or the Fox 19 News and First Alert weather app. So thank you all so much for joining us. Have yourself a splendid Saturday. We'll see you right back here on Fox 19 at 7 a.m. with myself as well as Caroline Gerhart. Of course, this evening, you don't want to miss meteorologist Erin Ashley. She'll break down more details on this forecast, even do some updates on it for 19 at 6. So I'll do it for us. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Saturday afternoon.